Hi, Erica McLean here with HomeSmart to talk to you today with an example, even of why a lot of properties don't sell the first time they're on the market. And like I've said before, it's not always price. Sometimes it's marketing strategies and you pick the wrong agent. So let's dive into this example so you can see for yourself the differences. Okay, the previous agent that listed this had just one exterior photo. You could tell that it was taken with a phone because you see the white marks on the side. That's how it appears on the websites and everything. So you know it was taken with a phone. Now I want to show you a quick slideshow of the photos that I used, that I paid for the photographer. So a lot of these listing agents that are asking you to pay upfront for stuff, I would be leery because there's no reason for the seller to be paying anything upfront, in my opinion. Now, in my opinion, most buyers always start their search online. Why would you not want to include interior photos? Even if I have a property that doesn't show well on the inside, say it's a fixer up or a big disaster, I still have professional photos done so that the buyers aren't surprised when they show up. They know what they're coming to look at. I also make sure that my photographer doesn't do these wide angle photos to make the rooms appear bigger than they are, because that works against you. I've had my own buyers that I've taken to show a property. They thought the dining room was huge. She said, I wouldn't even be able to fit my table in here because they made the rooms look bigger, which I think is another mistake. Now, in the previous listing that expired, here is the listing description. So only one photo and this description. This was my MLS listing description for the property. A lot more detail. Things like this make a big difference. Now I want to point out a few things, even in the MLS listing itself, that these little things do make sometimes a really big difference. So let's take a look at the two and compare. Okay, I had to break it down into small pieces in order to be able to show you. But this section here, the school data. Now, this is a property located in Chicago in the Dunning area. All of Chicago is District 299. So if you don't put the actual school in, you could be missing out on buyers, because some buyers tell their agent they want a specific school, so they will include that as one of the requirements in their search field. Now, when I listed the property, I only included Bridge, which is the school that falls into this district, and not the high school, because this is when they were building the new high school. Normally it would be Steinmetz, but they were doing all that building and nobody was 100% sure what was going on with that at the time. Okay, here's an example from the listing when it didn't sell. There was no flooring listed as what type of flooring. Why an agent wouldn't put that in there, I don't know. Okay, so the difference when I listed it compared to the previous agent, first of all, I didn't put combo for dining room. It wasn't a living room, dining room combination. Also, the exterior and interior property features were left blank. As you could see, I have hardwood floors, wood laminate floors, first floor bedroom, exterior property features, deck, patio. Those were all omitted in their previous listing with the other agent. Okay, now this is what was in the listing when it didn't sell. You see the interior and exterior property features were left blank. As far as the style of home, it's a ranch, but they listed prairie, ranch, contemporary, and Tudor. A home can only be one style. The kitchen is a field that was left blank as well. They have an eating area. These are fields that you want to be filled out because they are searchable fields. They had nothing listed for the roof, and this is a big one for me. Possession at closing. I always, with my seller's permission, we put negotiable at closing, all that, because I tell my sellers, okay, you might need time to get out, so we might need to negotiate that, which we do negotiate that when an offer comes in. For the right price, they might be willing to pack up and be out of there in a day. But when you just simply put closing, it makes it look, in my opinion, like the seller is desperate and in a rush. Okay, so when I listed it, you could see the style of house. It's a ranch. Can't be more than one style. For the heating, the previous listing only had gas. Well, you also need gas for a boiler and hot water heat. So not putting in forced air could have been a mistake. For the kitchen, we can't type whatever we want. These are kind of multiple choice things we can put in there. But I put in eating area, table space, pantry closet. Why would you want to leave that blank? For the basement, the previous listing said it was finished, but they didn't add that it has exterior access and an egress window. Those are highly searchable fields. For the roof, okay, I put asphalt glass shingles, which is pretty common. But there are some properties that would have, a rubber roof or the clay tile roofs. So it's something that shouldn't be left blank. For possession, I put closing, immediate, and negotiable. Because, like my seller agreed, for the right price, they could pack up and move out in a day. We can negotiate a rent back time for them, which I always try and put one in just to protect the seller, even if they were planning on being out at closing. You never know what could happen. So I always like to put that in there just to be overly cautious. Okay, so I hope you can see for yourself with these examples of another reason why some properties don't sell. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that your realtor does that the seller necessarily doesn't know about. Um, so I figured by giving some examples, it would help educate sellers a little bit more. Well, I hope this video gave you some new perspective and you learned something, I hope, from it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, all those things. And I hope to see you back for another video. And in the meantime, if you have any questions regarding real estate, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is below. I would love to hear from you, and I hope to see you back for another video. But otherwise, I will say bye for now. And again, thanks for watching.